You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do, drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
You want the good news or the bad news? That's not an answer to the question. Which do you want? I don't actually have any good news. Well, sure I do. Well, I'll get back to that. I'll give you the bad news first. I brought a camera that has a low battery. It said 32 minutes is all we get, which is 13 minutes shorter than usual. So we'll get complaints about that. It feels a bit warm.
It's summertime, man.
What do you think, Lucy Dog? She parked on the concrete.
She likes that.
That's a good spot for her so far. What day is it?
Thursday.
Is it really? No, it's not. Man, come on, don't fool with me. It's Monday, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Never sends any packing list.
Who was it? What was it?
Monitors.
Oh, chassis back from Chad?
Yeah, a while ago. I got 3 of them back. Maybe it's in the boxes. There it is.
Oh, what are you looking for? Packing list?
Yeah, I guess there's one of each one.
It's a bit warm. It's July something. I guess it's probably the 6th or 7th, maybe?
6th.
What you got?
Monitor chassis. That's what he does.
Lucy, whatever you're doing, don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess all 3 are on there.
That's a pretty intense invoice he's got there. What is all that shit?
That's what he does, man. He makes this crap work reliably. I like doing it.
By replacing all that stuff on that list?
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
When somebody wants one done, you know, I use him. I've been using him for the last...
Who's that, Arcade Cup?
Yeah.
See, you didn't think I've been paying attention.
For the last bunch of years. I don't know how long. But he does reliable work on this stuff when somebody wants one done.
What percentage of a monitor is that? In other words, what other failures do you have on these things besides the chassis failures?
That's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Screen burn, you don't want to repair a screen burnt monitor because the phosphorus is almost gone.
Okay.
So along with the clarity, the image resolution isn't good. And,
so as long as your screen looks okay, that's where the problem's going to be.
yeah.
And apparently reconning it involves replacing all of this pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable. I don't
The
even.
labor involved is more unbelievable. What are you doing? Get out. Now you're really a mess.
What'd she do?
She wrapped her leg around me twice. 3 times, actually.
She's a very low maintenance animal. She's not used to being tied. That's unusual. I didn't know what to do with her. It's so friggin' hot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's stocky.
We need to get her some water.
She's a 100-pounder.
Because it's hot now. She's not there yet, but she's getting there. She needs a bath.
Let me go and get a bowl.
Alright, let's take a break. Lucy, get some water. What was that thing you showed me this morning, Ray?
Big box for that crap.
You tried to hand me something this morning. I handed it back because I wanted you to show
It's over there. It's what is it? A ball trough. What is it? It's got a photo thing on it, and it's a ball upkick. It's a ball trough and an upkicker.
Yes.
And scoop all in one. I would imagine it breaks quite a lot on that thing.
Well, PSPA has it available for $330 some.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus shipping from Australia.
The Australia guy, huh?
All right. What'd you
Well,
do?
it's
What'd you
probably
find?
worth it if you can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody silver soldered it, which is cool. Because the original joints are this. You know.
Okay.
They're just spot weld little swedge things. I welded mine.
Okay.
Put it back together, clamped it, and then I glass beaded it.
It was broke here.
Yeah, and here, and here, and there, and there. So the bottom was falling out, and this was off.
Okay.
And you have before pictures.
Did not need to be painted because it's stainless.
Yeah, I just aluminum oxide media blasted it,
Okay.
which is why it has that rough finish.
It looks awesome. But, you know, I got to tell you, the rough finish, Ray, I'm going to have to put some pledge on it because that will slow down the ball.
Slow down the ball. Okay.
Did you buy any of that?
No. It doesn't have a long way to go. It's not really. But it is a three-piece thing: up kicker, ball trough, and scoop. Yeah,
Okay.
It's a pretty big scoop, really.
Yeah, it is. I don't really understand it, but that's fine.
I don't know where it goes in the game. I forget.
Yeah, 3/4 of the way up the playfield, in the middle.
Right.
It's one of the 2 shots for the upper flipper.
Wire ramp scoop is where that kicks up, or no?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That goes in there a lot. Yeah, that's right, because you hit it in here and it comes up and goes. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a permit for that?
I never had one of them break though, man. Of course, I don't know that I ever see that type of thing. 3 or 4.
What was that movie? Back to the Future was playing all the other day. And, you know, the cop comes up to, what's his name? Christopher Lloyd. What's that name of his character?
Doc Brown.
Doc Brown, yes. Doc Brown's out there in 55 conducting his weather experiment. He's got the DeLorean underneath the cover, and a cop comes up, and what are you doing? Assuming you have a permit for this. And Doc Brown walks up and, you know, is opening his wallet for the payoff.
Oh,
So
that happens.
now, of course, I know the answer here is no.
It's not necessary.
And or yeah, no, it shouldn't be.
Well, I'm saying it isn't.
If you say so, Ray, I'm with you.
Okay. Anyway, what I'm going to do is get these monitors. This one and this one. And there's another one around here. No, wait, I left that in the field. I got to go out and finish that.
No, doggy, not for you. Not for dogs.
So I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to get on the gangbusters next. And then I'll probably pack them up and get that to the post office tomorrow.
Okay, you got a Tempest and a Asteroids, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't want to make that one big box. That'll be mammoth.
That'd be ridiculous.
I'll
Yeah.
ship 2 separate boxes. You gotta. I keep the tube. I mail the frame, you know. And then he rebuilds.
Lessons on untangling a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, you going the right way? Ah! Stick your foot through here, you nut.
Not too big feet.
Miss Bigfoot. That was bad footage.
Anyway, you take the tubes off these and send the chassis with all the boards with it.
Somebody commented recently with a, what is that, an acronym or whatever? It said FFS, camera guy, hold it still.
Oh.
And I didn't know what FFS meant, but I looked it
Fast
up.
forward. I don't know.
That was for fuck's sake.
Oh, see, I ain't up on this.
Well, neither was I Googled it. Puppy, stop it! She's chewing on the leash, which means she's free in about 3 minutes. Quit it!
Yeah, she's something.
No. And you're tangled again. We're gonna have to break here. We gotta do something about this back, surely. What were you saying?
I got prepped in for delivery.
Okay.
Or send away for repair.
How am I doing on the scrapping of the Daddy East Playboy?
Good.
Yeah, man. You know how much that transformer weighed?
No.
21 pounds.
Did it really?
And it fit in a medium flat rate box. Which reminds me of how much I hate gimmicks. I don't like gimmicks.
Oh. Everything's a gimmick.
I don't like gimmicks, Ray.
Okay.
Let's take turns of a gimmick. I'll go first. I'll start with the post office. Medium flat rate box will rip you off 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's
gotta know when to use it.
But it's the box that they give you for free at the post office. It's the most available box where they rip you off 90% of the time. If you want, but you can get lots of free boxes from them, and that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They never seem to be the size I want either, especially for like posters and shit.
Well.
But that's all fine. But you know, they got the thing set up where if you don't pay close attention, you will pay too much.
Yeah.
And I don't like that being my responsibility, Ray. Just give me the lowest price all the time, and then you'll be more efficient because you won't be wasting your money on all these gimmicks.
Well, they offer different things for different companies, a lot of different ways. So you got to know.
Yeah.
You know, there's everything from construction workers that ship stuff to jewelry people that ship stuff. So you can't fit one with all.
Yeah, but you can do it
One need don't fit all.
But you can do it by box size, weight, distance. Period. Mm-hmm. There you go. All problem solved.
Well, they're going after certain business to get it away from the competitor. That's why they're making that.
Yeah. It's confusing to me, and sometimes
it's an angle.
And sometimes the prices are really different.
Somebody come up with that to get business.
Now, if I had sent that priority mail, it probably would have been $100 at 21 pounds. It would have been ridiculous going to Arizona or wherever it was.
Right.
But I got them on that one, right? Your turn. Gimmick. You need one of those signs, falling rocks.
Yeah, I finished.
You ever see those in your travels?
Yeah. I'm going to New Hearts Thursday.
Is that a gimmick?
No, I wasn't planning to, but he has things to do. So.
How about this? Some bitch on TV telling you that you're an idiot because you don't carry extra insurance on your car to cover it for 100% replacement if you wreck it and it's a new car.
Oh, well, there's several people doing that.
How about that gimmick?
They have several of them.
Insurance is a fucking gimmick.
Yeah.
Now it has a purpose to protect you against catastrophic things. I mean, you know.
They're trying to get business and they're trying to go after bigger players than they are, and they come up with that.
So there's a minimum, but anything over and above the absolute minimum coverage is it's a scam. It's a gambling scam that's rigged for them to win every time. By the way, that commercial ends with them talking. It was in fine print that you'll be responsible for a deductible.
Right.
In spite of having paid too much for your insurance the whole time, the rest of the time.
To get the value of the entire vehicle back, which don't make sense because it's devalued.
Yeah, and or accident forgiveness. Okay, well, you're going to pay extra the rest of the time while we cover you for. I would not take that insurance company based on the gimmick. Mm-hmm. Listen, I understand that a purpose for advertising, and I don't know. I like the entertaining ones better.
Yeah.
Like, what was that we were laughing at the other night? Oh, the most interesting person in the world.
Oh, that was funny.
when he's got a 50-50 shot, the odds are 80-20 in his favor.
That's clever. Some of them are clever, man.
Gimmicks. 5-year exclusive warranties on pinball machines.
Yeah.
Gimmicks. Ooh, how about the state lottery? You know, the other day, I don't play the lottery, Ray, but I did the other day. Because for some stupid, and I'm not into luck.
I play once in a while.
I don't follow luck or anything, but let me tell you, I saw this 4-digit number like 6 times in the same day for some reason. So I went and played it for $1. And the odds, the payoff for getting it straight, 4 numbers, was paying $5,000. Do you know what the odds are? Sure you do. It's 1 in 10,000.
Oh, neat.
Well, it's 4 digits. It can be any number up to 10,000, and the 4 zeros is included. That's 10,000. You've got a 1 in 10,000 shot, and it's paying off 5,000 to 1. It's stacked 50% into benefits older Americans, which is benefits politicians and bureaucracy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking scam. A big one. It's a big political scam. Fuck the lottery.
Well, it's just
Yeah, it's a fucking scam.
It's just a fun thing to try.
No, it's not. It's a fucking scam. Listen, you want to gamble, go down to Atlantic City, slot machine. What's the odds on a slot machine, Ray?
I don't know. It depends on the machine.
Yeah. Well, but legally, let's ask the phone here.
You know, it depends on how many coins you put in it, because the odds come down as you put multiples in it.
Okay, Google. Typical slot machine odds.
It ain't gonna know that. It's gonna
Sure.
take a guess.
I'm pushing buttons.
I have the progressive hit ratio book from Bally, which covers up to the mid-90s machines, and there's a lot of different variables, but one thing is consistent. The Gaming Commission has to approve them.
Yeah, they set them, you sure?
Right. But some slots pay off more than others. They're put in the beginning door entrance of the casino to get people to come in because of somebody playing it, winning.
Yeah. House edge is typically 6 to 15%. House edge is typically 6 to 15%.
Okay.
What's the house edge on the lottery? 50%.
That's ripoff.
It's a fucking scam. Fucking politicians. I'm gonna get fined some credits.
Politicians. All right. Well, vote when November comes up.
Yeah, hear that. You too.
Yeah.
Make sure you get a permit first, though.
To vote?
Sure.
No, you don't.
In this township, you might. You got to sign up with whoever's in charge. Some idiot will come visit you
If you say so, yeah, I'll visit you.
and increase your taxes because you fixed your heater.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah. It's part of living, man.
All right, you're working on monitors. What else you got going on?
I'm gonna work on the gangbusters over there.
Okay.
This thing is really something.
I told him not to buy that.
Yeah.
He was headed up to
This
get
is
it in his
all
truck, and I said, "Don't buy that, please." And then he brings it to us. No wonder it ain't done.
Yeah, because it needs everything.
It was a fucking turd.
It needs millions of hours. I'm not doing them anymore, Mike.
I know.
Let somebody else do them. Clemens can do them.
I agree.
Let them other guys restore these things, man. There's no money in it. They can sit at home, and while their wives work, that's what happens.
Oof.
Let them do it. Knock your fucking self out, all of you. I had it up here with that kind of thing.
You and me both. I'm looking to part these things out from now on.
I will continue my road service, and I provide more road service than they do.
All combined, yes.
Yeah, you read their website, and it's like they're always going to be here for you, and they're always coming out, and then you call them, and there's an excuse always. All of them. So there you go, you know.
No offense.
Yeah, there is an offense.
Oh, man. What about JT? That's your buddy.
Yeah.
He's watching.
No, he does.
Here. Be nice. Be nice, right?
He doesn't do restorations. He does what I do, Mike.
Yeah, I know. We're taking our show in a new direction. We're going to be nice.
No, he's not
No fucking
one of
gimmick.
He's not one of the ones around here, down east here.
We're gimmick free.
You know who it is. Both of them.
Whichever.
Yeah. They get on my nerves. Indirectly, but
Well, that's all right. We get on some other people's nerves.
good. That is intentional.
Did you see the video of Rob Rockin smashing a guitar?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Now listen. Nobody knows who he is,
Right.
and
Yeah.
there is. I googled it. He's on. He's actually Rob Rockin has credits on a lot of strange shit, but there's no tie between Rob Rockin and the person who we know who it is. So we'll keep it that way.
Well, it was like sort of
Yeah, it's his alter ego.
a
or
show
whatever.
thing,
Yeah.
a show stunt.
What'd you think of his red pants?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my!
I gotta call him out on that.
Yes. I like that juke. That juke works nice. Yes, but we'll call him out privately. I actually talked to him today.
Yeah,
Or whatever. I told him I stole his shit for the video.
Yeah. But that's what I got planned for today. I'm gonna work on our Defender and the Gangbusters.
Okay. How can I help you?
Because I got done with my little shop projects.
Can we cut and come back to doing something?
I don't know. It's kind of boring watching me work on stuff.
I agree, but
I walk here, I walk there, I walk here, I walk there. I search for parts.
okay. Well, how about we push the gangbusters out and unwrap it so we can evaluate where you're going to go with it, because that's what you got to do that anyway.
I'm going to work on it there because Jean's will be home in a little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can. All right. Make a workspace over there.
Right.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
We're almost out of battery, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I have to move some stuff. I didn't really get done with my garage reorg here. There's stuff all over the floor.
Yeah, I know. It's work in progress.
It's getting done. I got that corner to get done, and then this stuff will get off the floor, but yeah.
Stuff's going away, Ray.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun to do, Mike, but we've done so many. I'm kind of, toward the end of the interest of it. I'm not interested in it anymore, this restoration stuff.
Well, it's over because Felix is gone.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't, I don't know that I want to dedicate the hours for a couple different reasons. It's just too hard to net a profit at the end.
Yeah.
If you've got a hobby business, that's fine, where the profit isn't really considerable. It's not a thing to consider, because you have no overhead, you work at
Yeah, well, you're just volunteering your time, yeah.
So it's fine for that, but there are a lot of companies that try to make a go of it, and it's tough, really.
Well, they compensate by having their workmanship be fucking shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they leave it go, yeah.
Come in here. What were you working on earlier this morning when I came in?
That was a,
yeah. A piece off that Fabulous Fantasies piece of shit.
Yeah, it was Herb. Yeah, it was
Rigged.
Something he
Junk.
passed on, and the person that bought it, not too many years later, if even,
Got ripped off.
noticed it was marginal, so he wanted it redone. So.
Which reminds me, we need to have some opinions on the gangbusters here, Ray, because we're going to be left with one complete unit, and for us to decide what we want to do with it, whether we offer it for sale or whatever. Mm-hmm. This is not going to happen again, ever, by anybody. Nobody can paint that. Nobody has the stencils. Nobody can make the stencils. Felix is not going to do it again. He's gone. So there's that one, which is spoken for.
Well, this one he painted.
And the other one. Well, yeah. Same thing there. It's going to be very difficult to set a value on that, Ray, because it's non-duplicatable at this point. No fucking buddy out there does cabinets the way.
It's too much work.
Yeah, well, they can't. All right.
Even a hobby guy would let it go.
Maybe Nick. I don't know. Maybe Nick.
No, he does just EM games.
Okay, but not gun games.
Now, and if you notice what an EM cabinet looks like, it's smaller than this by a lot.
Yeah.
They were this deep. Playfields and cabinets.
He does a nice job, but he ain't going to do that. And he for fucking sure ain't going to do that over there.
If he was doing these, he would have done his own shuffle alley, but
yeah.
No, I asked him. He's not really interested in it.
So, I'm thinking that last gangbusters is worth a lot, Ray. Okay. Really, I think it's worth a lot. But let's cut here and let's show these people a little bit of work before we run out of film, and then I'll be done with this week's Ray Files, and that's cool.
Work? Yes. So you want to watch me put a monitor together?
I don't know, maybe.
Really?
13 minutes left, Ray.
13 minutes?
That's it, man. So check it out. Rob Rockin, right? Besides playing guitar for Metal Lucifer, he's also credited with a band called Super Christ, with such hits as apparently he played on Lady Cutter, Headbanger, and Fuck Like a Priest.
Headbanger's Ball?
Yes. Fuck Like a Priest, Ray. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out the album cover, man.
That's funny.
What is what?
Better characters.
That's over the top, man. It really is.
It's a gimmick.
Yes, but it's an entertainment gimmick.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay. You still haven't given me any, but I thought of two more that I fucking hate. One's kind of old. I don't know if it exists anymore, but it kind of morphed into something else. I'll separate them. The first is fucking coupons. You ever heard of coupons?
Yeah, in fact, you buy more stuff that you didn't know you were gonna buy, but you really didn't.
Yeah, and part B is all of the costs of designing the coupon, printing the coupon, redeeming the coupon. All of that shit is rolled into my price for not using the fucking coupon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all rolled into my price.
Right.
Fucking gimmick. I hate that shit.
Give somebody a job, man. Come on.
Yeah. Part 2 of that is, do you have your bonus buy card with you? It's the same fucking thing. All of the costs associated with that bonus buy card from wherever the fuck is rolled into my price for not using the bonus buy card and carrying that shit around.
So when you go to any of these places and they ask you for do you have your club member card, you say, what? Do you go off on the guy?
Well, you know, it kind of...
Do you say no in a nice way, or do you really?
Normally, yes. Normally, I'm polite about it. No, thank you. Because it's not the person standing in front of me is not responsible for that system. It depends. If they try to get lippy with me and double sell it, well, then I'll throw it back at them. Or in the case of, at the grocery store, I'll just say, can I please use yours? Because I don't feel like standing in line and carrying some fucking card around and having them mail me shit in the mail and all that other shit. That irritates me, right?
I can tell. Alright, well, I guess let's see if this works.
What did you do, man? How can you tell if it's worked? You got a display going to be generated from somewhere? Oh, from that. What is it?
Backboard.
You going to play Pac-Man on it? Is it a Pac... What kind of scanner? It's a Defender. It's a Defender monitor.
Yeah, it's for customer line.
Is it a Defender?
It's for Corey.
Corey?
Yes, Agway Corey.
Okay.
Westchester.
I recently saw him either, I think he was interacting with our Facebook page or something. I saw him recently. Owner of Agway. It's out of a Defender, or is swapping them?
Pardon?
Is it actually out of a Defender?
I don't know. It's just these spares.
Okay. Or Stargate, whatever. I see the burn in it says, what does it say, scanner. Pretty sure that's Defender. This bench has moved around. It didn't used to be here. Is this the one that was upstairs over at the shithole?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Corey calls it that. Because his mom lives there and he goes in there and when we first moved in there, he told me, and I said, dude, come on. I mean, we're going to make it better.
We did make it better.
We did, yes.
We did. We made it a lot better. And
He's beating on it.
charged,
it's like, dude, stop.
Charged us back.
And then I'm paying frame, right? All this money, like 10 grand is what we spent to make it.
On the recon, what?
95 something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm paying him, and I'm the one taking supplies because he didn't have a truck like I, right? He's drywall and ceiling tile and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it. He says, man, you ought to change your mind. I'm thinking, these fucking guys, man. But now looking back on all that, I guess, sorry.
Well, live and learn.
Yeah, we did learn.
Yeah. They can look in the mirror every fucking morning, that's fine.
But yes, this was the...
Is it going to work? What are you doing?
well, I gotta find out where my signal's going.
Corey at Agway. I think he might watch our videos.
I had this monitor.
Is that the dog's trying to open the door?
Yeah.
Oh, now she's crying. You miss your daddy?
I had that monitor hooked up, but I don't think I have it hooked up to the game anymore.
Be careful, you might shock yourself.
Yeah, I think this is... I got so much, I'm going to turn it off till I figure out where my...
Okay, we're back with the end of this. Is it going to come on now? I think we've got 4 minutes of battery left. What happened? It's rolling.
Yeah, I don't have the what you call it right here.
The horizontal hold.
Because it's a 3-pin connector and I don't have a wire that way. But I would say,
Wasn't there a horizontal hold or a vertical hold on it?
yeah, but it's around the back. Vertical hold part.
What kind of tool is that?
Every time you do a monitor, you have to.
Those are little screwdrivers, aren't they?
They're plastic.
Plastic screwdrivers.
They're for monitor work.
Neat. Yeah, it is. You gotta center it.
I think the whole problem here is not the adjustments. They don't have the right thing.
Had the wrong shit. So in other words, it's not set up for a pack board.
Well, no, it's not set up for an old monitor like this. This thing's 35 years old.
Yeah.
The image I generate on my new one is the sync is different, and they don't require this antique thing. And if you plug one of these in without that isolation transformer into the wall, it blows the shit out of the main fuse.
Why?
Either your circuit or the fuse. It depends if somebody overfused it, but you get the idea.
Okay. Well, it works.
Sure.
So when you put it back into its application, it'll be happy.
Yeah, and then to bring the image down.
Yeah, you gotta adjust the colors in and everything. You've got them all there, though.
Yeah. This is something Corey will do when he puts it into whatever game he's putting it in. It's not going to be a Pac-Man. I just want to make sure I got an image.
Okay, you do. That was really boring.
It's monitor stuff.
I would just reject that
There's
word.
virtually no interest in it anymore compared to what it used to be. Yeah, I'm starting to reject it.
We've been. Yeah, we've been.
Because I don't see the interest in it compared to the money it takes to do it.
Sold off the stockpile of monitors we had to Brett.
Yeah, there are people that are doing it. I'm not saying it's non-existent and it has zero use, but from a business profit standpoint, it does.
Stock Jockey said, if it isn't pinball, why bother?
Well, there's people that like video games, and it's not like nobody wants it, but they do look carefully at price now.
Yeah.
So it's getting so bad, even homeowners and hobby people don't want to do it anymore. Because it's a real giveaway. You think the lottery percentage of waste is
yeah,
bad.
trying to keep one of these things running is...
Well, I would say it would be, years ago, this was fine because you could buy new monitors. They were $145 shipped.
Nice.
With shipping. Okay?
Not anymore.
When they were made, you could buy 19s, you could buy 13s, you could buy 25s
The big
and
ones, yeah.
27s and 29s. You could buy all these. You could buy tri-mode monitors, which generate, all CGA, EGA, and VGA. So, and they were reasonable. The bigger they got, the heavier they were.
Oh,
but
sure.
They were supported, is what I'm getting at.
And now they're not.
And game boards were always marginally supported, but they had no problem with the age involved. The age now on the game board is against it. It's like trying to find anything else that's really old that was only produced for a while in good shape. You're just going to find out you will find just what you have.
Old junk.
Yeah, old things.
Tired, rigged up.
Things that are really...
Mr. Handy was in there fucking shit up.
You will find end of life cycle parts, yes.
Mr. Handy in there fucking shit up with wire ties and electrical tape.
As long as you have fun with it and your time is something that you don't mind spending on it, that's fine. It's an answer. But if you're trying to do something else with it, forget it. I get calls all the time. I have this video game, it don't work, and can you fix it so I can sell it? And my answer is no. You sell it as it is, let the buyer worry about it. You will not generate any more profit.
You're upside down. Yeah, you're upside down from Jump Street.
Yeah. And I demonstrate the two main components in a video game that are actually causing this. These are not being made.
Right.
These are out of production years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
Monitors and MPUs.
You can upgrade to an LCD. It's expensive in time,
And it looks like
fabrication.
shit?
You need to mount, and it does not look right. These, believe it or not, generate graphics smoother than an LCD. In fact, LCDs, when they came out with LCDs for TVs, they are now still going through growing stages. If you are a sports watcher and you have an LCD TV, even the 240 hertz TVs are choppy. Because the image that is moving, movies don't count. Movies, the image is not moving constantly like a game.
Well, it's not but it's filmed and formatted. Compatible.
Right. That's right. These are not compatible.
In other words, when
format.
I filmed the playing of the what was that fucking video
House
game
of the
recently?
Dead.
Yeah, the TV screen or the screen was rolling
Square.
because it was rolling
Well, okay.
because I was out of sync.
Right. But the general problem with the image with the video games is the LCD is not really a viable answer. It's expensive, and it doesn't really it doesn't offer what these can do for a video.
Stock Jockey said it's not a pinball, it's why bother.
I have put them in games, a number of different games, and I do watch and see what it does, and I don't really care much for it. It is not worth the extra money. So with the main thing on a video game in short supply or absent from being offered, then what are you going to do? You just ride it out till the end. It's not to say that if you have a video game tomorrow it's going to blow up on you, but be aware that there's no support for it. You know? The game board is another story. That has absolutely no support. The people that sell parts sell minor things like power supplies and other things, but maybe chips that go on the board. But the board condition, like this, is a pack board that I converted to a super pack board. This was made in '81. How long do you think it's going to go? Is anybody's guess. Super pack gives you 10 games, and you put the super pack board on it.
Okay.
Which is made.
2-bit.
This company.
I thought is he still open?
Gone. Yeah.
I thought he was gone.
Yeah, he is probably almost gone.
Okay, I thought he was gone.
Well, he had 3 employees. Now he's down to him part-time.
Okay.
Because nobody's doing this. But he does make this, and then this is able to give you more games. You take a regular Pac-Man board and then it makes it a super pack, which gives you Miss Pac, Super Pack, Baby Pack.
But the main board isn't available. You can't get that.
No. And you just have to repair them.
We're not.
Yeah. You have to socket and replace the RAM, and there are some other chips that you have to address. This gets rid of a lot of the old chips that are used to do the game.
There's a big line through the battery, Ray. You know what to say? Something like, see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in.
Buy a pack board.
We're sorry we shorted you on time this week. I don't know.
It's hot.
Yeah.
The camera is giving up because it's hot, man.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. So
we'll
long.
see you soon. That wasn't an awkward ending, Ray. We could run it until it just shuts off.
Yeah.
What are all those? You got all those things labeled on the connector. That's pretty neat. What is all that shit?
And that tells you...
It's upside down. I wonder if I can get that to film that way.
Well, first off, there's a component side, which is that. See where it says Pac-Man parts side? The original label actually said component side.
Okay.
This is a remade JAMA.
Okay, that's neat.
Actually, it's not JAMA, it's Miss Pac.
Okay.
On the other side is the one you don't want to plug in wrong because it would be bad. This is the solder side. On video games, even the ones that are produced from Williams and all the other ones like Konami and Sega, they do have a label on there that usually falls off. This is not keyed.
But it's a two-sided board, and one side's one side, and the other side's the other side. It's twice as many components there.
It's not keyed.
Nice.
The Super JAMAs are keyed.
If you plug it in wrong.
Yeah, here is a Super JAMA. You can tell it's longer, but it has a white key here.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
So it won't let you plug it in backwards. And it says component side, right? And then they don't label the other side because they figure you're intelligent to know that you don't need to know the other side.
We have one of those listed on our eBay store, which is still doing fantastically, but that hasn't sold. A new JAMA cable, I think.
Well, yeah, okay.
Nobody wants it because video games suck.
There's Super JAMA, and then there is unique connectors. That looks the same as that, but it's not. Pac-Man is wired different. That's why explanations. You usually have to go to your book to find this out. One thing the video industry always did was they come up with the JAMA, and it's Japanese. It's a standard connector because everybody was doing their own thing, and the industry was being driven nuts, and I imagine it was generated by the route operators.
Yeah, they said, please, can you standardize something?
Standardize the plug. That's nice because there is only one plug to a board in most new games, and you just plug it in. The wiring all goes to that. That's why it looks big.
Kind of makes sense to do that. I'm sure they fought in the back room over that for a while.
Yeah, because each company didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But we still do support videos to a certain extent. What's more important is we educate people to want or not want it.
Yes.
There are videos in almost every collector's collection, but very, very infrequent.
Patrick Daniels has a track and field.
Yeah, neat. Everybody had their choice of video games because it was a major industry in the 80s.
His game room has a drum set, a track and field.
The 80s through the 90s, I guess for 10, 15 years.
You're not interested in Patrick Daniels' game room?
You already covered it?
No. You don't know anything about his game room.
Okay.
He watches our videos, and he sent me a picture.
What is it?
Of his drum set, his track and field, and his 4 pins, which was a space shuttle, a big hurt. Is that a track mode?
Yeah.
A Stargate, and something else that was so uninteresting that I forgot what it was. Gottlieb junk, I think. System 3 junk.
Whatever you like, doesn't matter to me.
You worked on Mario.
Yeah, it's almost
A lot all day yesterday.
I got a few things to do with it, and then it'll be ready.
Battery lights flashing, 3 minutes of film left. What'd you do yesterday?
I don't know, work on Mario.
Yeah, what else?
Mario is ready.
You worked on that most of the day.
Yeah.
You worked on Lady Luck was close. You worked on Lady Luck.
We just played it. I didn't.
No, you did the flippers.
Saturday, I worked on Lady Luck.
What? Was it?
Saturday.
You did the flippers.
Mm-hmm.
Plays nice. It's kind of fun. You just got to pretend it's older than it is.
Yeah.
Because by definition, it sucks. But by comparison to El Dorado, City of Gold, and The Walking Dead LE,
Yeah.
it's much better. Lady Luck, much better.
It's all opinion, right?
Yeah.
But I like the tones it makes. It makes a lot more than I thought.
Kind of fun to play. How snappy was it?
Yeah.
What else?
It's a 7-digit
I
machine.
keep wanting to call it Judge Dredd, but it's not. Because I dread it.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it all back together.
No, well, most of the way. It's almost done.
90%, really.
What else are we working on?
That was minor.
How about that jukebox?
Yeah, we worked on that. You fixed the record clamp thing.
Yeah, it just needed a little bit of...
Sounds great.
It just needed operated a little bit from sitting, that's all.
Yeah, that's right.
That thing's nice. It does sound great. It sounds great.
There
Works
was a
good.
guy wanting to buy the other one.
Yes, I'm waiting for him to call me.
Yeah.
1 minute.
But I guess that's it. I'm going to start the gangbusters in a minute.
Okay, well maybe next week we'll show him how far you got. Because right now it's just been sitting there.
Yeah, I'm going to start on the coin door. I'm not really going to do the game yet. I'm going to do the coin door and the gun and then put them on.
Okay.
So I'm working on sub-assemblies first.
Yes.
I'm not going to dig into the game. Hell, there's nothing there. Coin door has to be in place and plugged in and done. And the gun has to be in place, done, lamp and all, you know, and on there. Then I'll get the game working, plugged in, and line cord and all the way in. Fuse holders, you know, the route. I need my bench free here. That's why I'm getting this stuff off of it so I can do the gun and the coin door because there's really no other work space. I got a Mega over there.
Yes.
So yeah. Did you hear from Sean? I wonder if his high speed works.
I got bad news.
What?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's missing some sounds. I don't know, there's a report. I'll send it to you. He was playing it though.
He's missing sounds?
Say he's missing some sounds and some speech or something. I don't know.
Oh, then his music speech board has a problem.
I don't know. We'll talk to him.
Because that's one of the things I fixed it for. Was sounds.
Yes.
There wasn't no sounds.
But there's a secondary board there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Neat.
And connectors involved. He could have a lot of problems.
I'm sure he does. He's had a lot of problems.